Hey everyone, this is Russ from Retro Game Core. So a while back I saw somebody sharing these custom-made vinyl skins for the RG351P and the RG351M. And I thought they were a really nice concept. You know, the idea of having a very specialized and personalized RG351 device is very near and dear to my heart. I like the idea of personalizing these things, being able to put on specific logos that you really love, or having a color that you really like to have that's maybe not offered originally on the device. And obviously you could do other things to personalize your device, like maybe painting it or other things like that. But this is a really cheap and easy way to add some uniqueness to your device. So let's just dive in and check these out. Okay, these skins are actually offered by an artist named Coco Connoisseur. And they're available on eBay, and you can pay $10 for one, or you can get two for $14. And each of them come with free special logos, which you can pick out while you're checking out. So I actually had two different batches of these sent to me. And this is my first batch here. Let me show you what I got. So originally I picked up some red skins as well as some green skins. And in addition, he sent over this carbon fiber camo one as well. Now these vinyl stickers have already been pre-matched to the size of these devices, so it's pretty easy. You just have to make sure you line up the holes correctly. Now applying these can be a bit of a challenge, and that's kind of an understatement. I'm really bad at putting stickers on things, but admittedly, these are pretty challenging to put on. And part of that comes from the fact that you don't want to stretch them at all. And the material is not super thick, so when you're putting these on, you have to be very careful, one, to not stretch it, but two, you don't want to lock in too many air bubbles either. This isn't very breathable material, so it's not easy to get these air bubbles out. In general, you want to line up the holes as best as you can and then just lay it all down as one piece all at once. Now I used a tool to try to get some of those air bubbles out, but the honest truth is I never found a way to get all of these out completely when I was using these vinyl stickers. And it's possible that over time these bubbles will just kind of go away, that they'll settle into the fabric. But honestly, because he sent me so many and I tested so many of them out, I never got a chance to let them sit for much longer than a day or two. Now putting on these back logos can be a bit of a challenge depending on which one you pick. I happen to use this Zelda logo, which is probably the most ornate out of all of them. And what I found is that the sticker itself really wanted to stick to the paper part of it, but what you really want is to have the sticker stick to the plastic side, because that's what you're going to actually apply onto the device. So you just kind of have to finagle and coax it out. And it took a few minutes, but it was fairly easy once I got the hang of it. So then you just want to put the sticker on, rub it on really nice, and then pull off that clear plastic part. That was a lot easier than putting the skin on itself. Now, same story with the front. I thought that the front was going to be a lot more challenging because it's just a lot less plastic and a lot of different holes. But these are cut so well that you really just have to place it perfectly on top of the buttons and then just make small adjustments as you go to make sure everything is nice and straight. So yeah, here's the end result. As you can see on the back, there are still some air bubbles here, but this is again just a couple minutes after I first applied, so maybe over time you could coax the rest of those air bubbles out. Now the stickers themselves have a little bit of wiggle room, they're not perfectly sized, and I think that's a good thing because it gives you a little bit of room for adjustment. But that being said, if you were to try to cover, say for example, a white device, it might not look as good as when you're trying to cover something darker, like my black RG351M here. But yeah, I think it looks really nice, especially when I use this screen cover that covers the Ambernick logo. You can't even tell what kind of device it is. It's just a one-of-a-kind, very unique feeling device now. Now the only negative I really have for these colored vinyl stickers is that the feel on the back of them when you're pushing your fingers on them is a little bit sticky. Not sticky like tape sticky, but just like your fingers kind of stick to them, It's like holding something that's really grippy. And I feel like over time that my hands would get a little sweaty because of that. Okay, so here I am applying the red sticker here. Now I found that as I applied more and more of these, I got a little bit better at it, but man, it was still hard to get some of those air bubbles out. And again, I'm not the best with my hands and like putting stickers on and stuff, but I do think I did a better job with the red one than I did the initial green one. So I would recommend if you're going to buy these, instead of buying one for $10, maybe buy two for $14 in case you screw the first one up. Now on my second batch, he sent over a couple other extra colors. You can see here's the gold one. And this one looks pretty nice, but I think the material is even thinner than the other ones, and the air bubbles just stood out even more. Even the tiny little air bubbles that you wouldn't see on the other one are really glaring on this one. So this one was like Air Bubble City. Now there's a bright spot to all of this, and that is the carbon fiber ones. Because these are much thicker material, air bubbles aren't really an issue with this one. I could immediately tell as I was pulling this off that it was much thicker and much easier to work with. You can see how much easier it is for me to line everything up because the material is so much thicker that I can just place it on all at once. So by comparison, these carbon fiber ones were just a breeze to put together. And then same story with the front. Because this is a little bit thicker of a material, it was just super easy to put everything on. The one piece of advice I have when applying these stickers is to start very lightly. Don't push down hard until you're very sure that you have it in the exact position it needs to be. So really just put it on lightly at first and you're going to have the opportunity to push it down later. Okay, and I thought it'd be really neat to add this really subdued Metroid or Samus logo here. Same thing here where it's kind of tricky to get it off onto that plastic piece, but then once you put it on, it works like a dream. I like this one a lot too, it's very subtle, and the nice thing about this one is it doesn't have that same grippiness as the other vinyl stickers do. And so I don't feel like I'm going to have any of that hand sweating issue that I'm worried about with the other colored ones. Now here's just a regular carbon fiber one that he sent in my second batch. And you can see here on the bottom right, I kind of screwed it up when I was first applying it, but I was able to push most of it down as I was smoothing everything out. This one's a lot like that other camouflage one. It has a really nice feel to it. Alright everyone, that's it for this video. I think it's just a really kind of cool showcase of this product that's available to you as an RG351 owner. I love the idea of personalizing your device, and yeah, while this is not the same as like say painting it or putting a cool design on it yourself, it's a very simple and easy way of adding some unique qualities to your device. And the nice thing is it's relatively cheap, $14 for 2 of them. Alright everyone, that wraps it up. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and be sure to like and subscribe if you found this helpful, and we will see you next time. Happy gaming!